Hi there, name's Jim Bucklebench. Nice to meet you. You may be looking to get into rat photography like I have, and I don't blame you. I'm on your side. Trust me, cuteness? Agreed? Yeah. Well, you're gonna need a camera for that and hopefully a lens. Not too long though. Bet you thought you needed a telephoto glass to get into rat photography. You're wrong. Let's talk about it.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
I placed a camera in the background to signify my love for cameras, thus relating to you, person interested in camera channels. We're relating now. So I took it upon myself as a challenge to see if I could go get some wildlife footage with this 90mm macro lens, just to see what would happen. Like, how long do you need to be? I was obsessing over camera gear. Let me just rant for a second with the... You know, I just made that video, best wildlife cameras and lenses for beginners, and I was debating buying into one of those systems. I did order the Olympus 75-300. It's on its way, but I know it's gonna suck. I can't wrap my mind around it. Do you go Fuji? I'd have to buy into the system 70-300. Is the 100-400 much better? Too heavy? Canon? Can I edit the files? No. Is it worth it? Probably not. Should I just get a lens for the Sony? Oh man, it's so heavy. I can't even fit it in my bag. Then the deal of the century flashed before my eyes. I was like, you have to pounce on it. If you don't pounce now, just stop even thinking about doing wildlife. So we'll talk about it. I've pounced. I'm looking at it. Oh my god. So let's just get to the footage of my 90mm macro, and then we'll compare it to the 70-300 on the Fuji. So everything we're about to see is Sony a7S III with the Sony 90mm 2.8 macro, and it's all 4K 120p footage. See if my computer can even play this file. It struggles a bit. It plays smooth for the most part, but after a while there's some stutters. So let's just head on into it. So here we have a hawk. I'm trying to manually focus. This is 100% manual focus every single clip, because I'm getting used to that. It's kind of fun. I notice on the 90mm macro at 2.8, even that far away, it was like one little slight turn completely out of focus. It's really hard. So at some point I stopped down a little bit, 4.5. Let's be real with ourselves. We need a little bit of tone in there. In this impressive shot, I shot little berry things, little fuzzy hairy berries. That was pretty magical. And then an Asian woman ran past me and I turned around like a creep. Now here we have a robin in a tree. It's tiny, you can barely see it, but you can tell there's a robin there, and you get lots of the environment. Oh, he's flying. And it's like this environmental wildlife type of thing. Like, you're getting the bird, it's there. You're not getting any details of it. It could be a snake for all you know, but it's pretty magical. And then you get some like sense of, where is this person? He's somewhere, that's for sure. Look at that robin. He's looking at me. I've never had a robin actually like excited to see me. He was trying to get closer and closer to me. He thought I had worms, and I did. Oh, I did. Now here's a cardinal. Rare find, huh? Look at him flying away. What a shot. What a shot. A cardinal red against a blue background, except it's a little cloudy there. But that was cool, huh? How he shot. Sure, it's a tiny bitch in the shot. You can barely tell it's even happening. Now 90mm may be a bit stubby. It's not like, I wouldn't go out again with it, but like for in the summer, when insects are actually alive, because in Canada it's minus 15 degrees, insects are dead now. They can't. So like macro life, that could be fun. Even getting close to a frog. Am I annoying you? Leap. You know what I mean? But it just got me thinking, you don't have to fill the frame with a bird every time. Like, every shot is just the maximum magnification, every little feather detail. Like, relax, you creep. You spy and creep. Oh, look, every little thing. You got some food on your beak. Oh, wow. Like, that can be cool for a couple of shots, but it's okay if you back up a notch. It's like, oh, look at that deer off in the distance. That's cool. A fox and his baby. That's nice. I'll get one day. I can't imagine finding a male fox with a baby. There's no reason that would ever happen. The males are dickheads. They just leave. So, we'll get it. So yes, I was craving more reach, obviously. But like, you could get by if you got a 70 to 200 or something. You could get some shots. Some pleasing shots. It's not perfect. But you don't have to get the 200 to 600 and you're like, ow, my back. Ow. Now here's an interesting shot of a sparrow. Whoa. Look at what we found today. Have you ever seen one? Likely not. I found one, and he's up there. He's looking at me, about to boom. Environmental leap. Frogging. And then I walked towards that tree. There was another one. Even closer I got. Look at that. Oh my god. Now here's a duck. Super far away, but you can tell there's a duck there. We got a cinematic rule of lower 2/3 going. He's cleaning himself. She. And there's a river. Snowbank. Beauty. A lot of beauty there. Then I went for it. I went for the in-between. Can I get closer? Cinematic trees on both sides. I can't even believe that shot. I wish I could believe it. I refuse to, actually. Then, a squirrel. Look who managed to get fairly close to a gray squirrel, camouflaging himself. Might even say he's suntanning. And here we are, 90 mil. Who needed more? Not me. Not you. That's beautiful. He's winking. Winking at all of us. So I'm just saying, there's a place for a shorter focal length to get some somewhat mildly interesting footage. I did crave the long reach, but thankfully I had the Fuji in the back pack, 70 to 300. Now we have 450 mils. Is it better footage than what we just witnessed? You be the judge.
Follow me. Follow me. Follow me.
It was better, wasn't it? You need the reach. Don't even leave the house with less than 700 mils. That's a fact. You heard it here first. Which brings us to the purchase of the century. I'm about to show it to you. So this wasn't even on my radar. I told you I'm looking for a deal for a Fuji X-T4, and then the debate was between the 70 to 300 or the 100 to 400. I was actually leaning in the 100 to 400 direction, even though it's so much heavier for not much more. But you kind of have to spring for the red badge. The red badge on there, it's just slightly sharper. Can you tell me, is that a parfocal lens? The 100 to 400? Because the 70 to 300 just loses your ass, even in manual focus. You get used to it. It can be done. especially if you're in manual. It lose for a second. You probably shouldn't be zooming while filming anyway. I get it. Rookie mistakes here, happening all the time. But I was leaning possibilities. But I was also thinking, Canon R5C with the 100 to 500, is the digital stave enough? Because you can edit the files. They got good codecs. Potential there. Potential. But you know how much that costs in Canada? $11,000. I just looked it up. If you buy it brand new right now, that's an investment. For this, like urban wildlife, I go right next to my house. I see squirrels, sometimes pigeons, the odd sparrow. If I get lucky, I see a duck. $11,000. But it's my joy now. I'm gonna make a video why, like top 10 reasons why you should get into wildlife photography, videography. So you take a photo, one photo. So when I saw this deal, it wasn't even on my radar. I was like, could it be done? After going out with the 90mm macro, realizing I could get some shots, maybe the ultimate reach isn't what we're going for here. Like 600mm, that's a bit much. That Sony 200 to 600, it's like, how? You can't bring it with you. You can't even fit it in a bag with the lens hood. You'd have to take it off the camera every time. Like, give me a break. I see this thing. We got our first G Master. Are you believing it? Are you believing this thing? 100 to 400 G Master lens, Sony full frame. I see this thing on Kijiji, 2,600 Canadian. I'm like, you gotta be kidding. I looked it up, 3,800-ish new. I'm like, that's a good deal. That's a real good deal. And this guy's got high ratings. I'm like, it's probably not shattered. There's probably nothing wrong with it. I go to his house. I meet up. He honors. He got so much interest in that lens. And he was like, I just raised the price, 2,800, because there's so much. I realized I underpriced it hard. But I will honor it for you if you come get it. We pounced. We pounced hard. I tested it. It was working. The manual focus, smooth. That's the thing with the Fuji. Like, it's really annoying. I like manually focusing. I'm on that 300mm. I see something, and then it's like many turns to get to where I want it. You get used to it, but it's like too much. Whereas this is just like a smooth. Sony's so good at manually focusing, and the autofocus might even be good. So we'll test it out. Stabe? I don't know. I haven't even tried it. It's probably bullshit. Anybody want to buy it? This is bad. But that thing weighs roughly the same as the Fuji 100 to 400. So full frame glory with just more polish. Terrible color science. We might be having some fun. So I can't wait to test that thing out and just be so disappointed with the shaky stabe. Hopefully not, but what do you think of today's footage? Is 90mm the best wildlife photography lens? Did I buy a dud in this thing? I was figuring 400's probably enough for some decent shots. It's not going to be perfect. I think I'd rather have the 600 reach, but we could do crop in a 1080p like fashion. Maybe some clear image zoom. It might work. Custom buttons on there. That hood, giant hood. It just feels so premium. I've never felt a lens that actually, like, that is smooth. It's so heavy, but it's doing that very easily. I like it. This tripod thing's in the way. That's a bitch. Can you take it out? That could work. Ow. Ah. There are a lot of crumbs in here, but that's not why he was selling it. Alright, I'm gonna eat some breakfast and head out and film something. We'll see if that was a bullshit purchase or not. So thank you for watching and subscribing and buying a Camera Conspiracies t-shirt. I am hungry, that's why I'm gonna eat.